Hello, welcome to the Marcelli's interview show today. Today we're going to be interviewing Valentine, Villefort, Maximilian, Edmond Dantes, or the Count of Monte Cristo. So the first character, we have Edmond Dantes. Next, we got the lovely Maximilian. Next, we have the daughter of Villefort, Valentine. And then lastly, we got the mischievous Danglers. To start us off, Monte Cristo, what was your plan for Ferdinand's family after you exposed him for his crimes?
After getting my revenge on Ferdinand, my love for Mercedes and respect for her and Albert helped me to decide that I should send them my location of a great sum of money, which I hid for them back in my old house. And recently I went to this house of sad memories. In the evening I took a spade and dug in the corner where I had buried my treasure. The iron chest was still in the same place.
And Count, how exactly was Ferdinand dealt with after the trial?
His own wife and son not knowing his crimes, Ferdinand decided to come at me with his anger. I decided I would reveal to him my many identities I had been using to orchestrate my revenge and bring justice. Until eventually revealing my true identity, Dantes, he ran home only to see his family one last time as they left him and kind of shot himself.
Valentine, why do you believe the Count decided to help you? And what caused the sudden change of heart? And how did he help you?
Well, I believe that as he began to contemplate his revenge, he realized that as the daughter of his enemy, I myself was innocent and never wronged him. Over time, I think he has learned to think of me independently from my father, despite his profound desire for revenge. He secretly helped me deduce that Madame Villefort was attempting to poison me in order to protect her son, Edward, and even helped me escape my predicament early.
Maximilian, we've been told the Count of Monte Cristo practically saved your life. Is this true?
Yes. During Valentine's funeral, I was enraged at the court and even contemplated suicide. I know, it's pretty bad. At the time, I knew not of the trickery, but I genuinely thought Valentine had died, so I blamed it on the Count's shortcomings. However, he urged me to accompany him for a month's time. It wasn't that bad. He promised to take my own life if I did not feel happiness once more. He told me, I feel so much pity.
Valentine, what became of the poisoning fiasco and the Villefort family?
You see, after my stepmother and her malicious motives were exposed, my father urged her to take her own life with the poison she used against others. He threatened that if she did not, he would publicly denounce and arrest her, despite her pleas for mercy. Later, just as he was contemplating the severity of his actions and his lack of empathy for his wife's motherly love, my father happened to cross the bodies of both his wife and stepson, both poisoned and long dead. Such sudden occurrences, coupled with the Count's revelation of his grand plot, drove my father to madness.
Danglers, why did you choose to flee France, and what of your fortune?
Taxes. Taxes are crazy in France.
Danglers, why did you choose to flee France, and what of your fortune?
You see, the Count decided to pay me a visit and borrow 5 million francs. Just as I was about to pay them to the hospital, the Count asked to borrow them as loans. And afraid to admit my own poverty, I gave them away. Later, the hospital commissioner came by to ask for the money, which I promised to pay later, probably before escaping my creditors and sailing off.
Amen. Danglers, how did your wife take this news? I hear she was involved in your bankruptcy as well.
I didn't notify her of any of my departure. I only let her inform her about my bankruptcy and my sudden immigration. She showed me the letter to that Lucien Derry, expecting help from her lovers, but he expressed no interest in her affairs after she was discontinued from my funds.
Max, do you feel you regained your will after 1 month with the Count?
At first, I denied to him that I was reformed and still requested his assistance in my suicide. However, I suppose it was God's will that I wake unwillingly up from my supposed death. Valentine by my side, despite what we had each been through. Turns out the Count had orchestrated this event as well and set us up to be married together and sail off to distant lands. In a letter, this Count explained to us that in order to truly appreciate life, one must have wished for death. I am living proof of this philosophy, and his words have given me a new sense of humility.
Dantes, do you feel you've completed your quest for revenge?
You know, as I have questioned for my revenge, I have realized a mere man cannot judge what others deserve. I have driven my enemies to suicide, bankruptcy, and insanity. But I have learned that it is up to God to decide what one truly has in store. I viewed vengeful desires simply as if it was trading an eye for an eye, but I've learned that it confined me almost as much as it did my enemies.
Amen. Edmund, now that you've fulfilled your quest, what do you intend on doing now?
After restoring Hades' position as royalty, I originally intended for her to forget of my name and move on. However, it occurred to me that we could love each other without holding one another back, as she has insisted we could. I saw this sudden sensation as a sign from God of His forgiveness and embraced it fully. We intend on departing off and beginning our lives anew.